May is Speech and Hearing Awareness Month. Joining us today with her personal story is musician Jann Arden and audiologist Dr. Marshall Chasin. Hey, good morning.
So I can hear you.
I can hear you too. I can hear you.
I'm telling you, it's a miracle that I can hear.
But I have to be honest too. Even I'm finding that I may be suffering from some hearing loss, and that's in all honesty. It feels that
you probably are.
Yeah.
If you think you are. I mean, for me, I think the majority of people that do suffer from hearing loss, don't even realize it because it happens gradually. It's not like you're fine, you know, 10 minutes before and then suddenly, oh, I can't hear you. It's so gradual that by the time it's really starting to affect your life, you know, you've got hearing loss. My mom, for instance, 70% in both ears.
Yeah, how did that become aware to you that you saw that mom was different?
I knew for years that she was struggling, but she would say she's fine, but you know, going out the door and saying, Mom, your coat, or grab this, or get your keys. The television, like, so loud, like you'd go into the house and it was just, the television was so loud, she stopped talking. She wouldn't converse with us at the dinner table. She just kind of watched, and then the telltale, she started literally doing this. Hello, 1908. You know, and she's going like this, and I said, Mom, you're having trouble hearing, and we finally took her in, and we're shocked to know how much hearing loss she had.
And that's why you're partnered with Duracell as well.
Absolutely, I have partnered with Duracell for the Stay Connected campaign. It's important to make sure that people care about their hearing health. It's probably the last thing on your list.
Dr. Chasin, how do people know, and how many people are suffering right now from hearing loss?
Actually, I don't feel I even have to be here. I think Jan's answered the questions perfectly. But in Canada, we have about 3 million people right now with hearing loss.
3 million.
3 million. That's 1 or 2 people every day. But only about 20–30% of those people actually recognize hearing loss for the reasons that Jann mentioned. It's slow, it's gradual, it doesn't happen. In some sense, life would be great if when we damaged our ears, blood gushed out of our ears, or a flower grew out of our head. But it doesn't work like that. It's very slow, there's no pain, it's very subtle. It happens not over 1 year, but over 30 years. People just don't recognize it until much later. But it's a very, very common thing. There are other things that go along with hearing, though, that are, in fact, just as important. Ringing or tinnitus in the ears is a major thing.
I'm guilty of that. Every time I work, I have tinnitus. You know, I have the ringing in the ear after I work, you know, because I wear in-ear technology. How do most kids listening to music now, or most people in general? Little tiny speakers that they run. Well, they run them too loud. You're running them so loud that I think hearing stuff's going to be catastrophic.
I'm going to bring Adam in right now.
I routinely see 10-year-old kids, and they all have, not all, but many of them have permanent music, iPod-induced hearing losses.
I'm afraid of that, to tell you the truth.
So Adam right now has got his iPod. What's he doing right now?
Well, what we're doing with Adam is that it's an app called the Temporary Hearing Loss Test app. It's and it measures your hearing just before loud music or a loud gig, and then just after, and it calculates the difference. And we all suffer from temporary hearing loss. Usually resolves in 16 to 18 hours. Enough of it, though, and it does eventually become permanent. So you mow your lawn before or after, you go to work in a factory before and after, you go to your dentist office before and after. So we've measured Adam's hearing, or he measured his own hearing before. He's now listening to loud music, and then after we'll have him measure it again.
If you can measure it. Yeah, let's
measure it?
Yep.
Okay, hang on.
He can't hear what we're saying. That's the funny part.
Now he's finding the softest sound that he could hear.
Okay.
And he'll compare with the one before.
He's got an app.
And this is an app through Duracell as well? Or
no, it's not through, it's actually through the Musicians Clinics of Canada. And it's called Temporary Hearing Loss Test. It's through Apple right now and Android in a couple of weeks.
Oh, it's green.
So it's green. What's the number on the top of the screen?
0.
Okay, so 0 dB means there's no measurable temporary throreshold shift, which is good, but you've only been listening to music for a couple of minutes.
It still means you have to quit drinking alcohol.
So for more information, what we want you to do is go to Duracell.com/stay connected. Thank you very much for coming.
And just quickly, they are literally giving 10,000 hearing tests. Duracell's offering that free, and there's a number that you can call, and it's 1-844-9-DURACELL, so it's easy to remember. And I mean, that's 10,000 hearing tests that otherwise would not be done. So we really encourage people to call the number and get connected.
Yesterday.
Good for you.
I'm going to take the test today. I'm going to take it today.
You should take it. You should all take it. All y'all.
We're going to take a break right now from Breakfast Television and go take our test. Thanks to Duracell. That information.